Just ask normal questions for an answers and questions. Answers and questions? That's not even English, is it? Questions and answers. Why do I get involved with this stuff? Why can't I just have a normal kind of life where I don't know, do other stuff, basically, do other stuff. So, what is up, YouTube? Welcome back. Oh, the bloody glasses keep falling off. You wouldn't think on this nose it'd fall off, would you? It's not a real nose, is it? What are you doing? Get on with the video, you That's right, I did the questions. That's right, I did a question. Got no chance of doing this video. Oh, why do I bother? Right, get on with it, son. Get on with it. Stop it. Right, shh. Calm, calm, breathe. And in and out. So, according to my brother at your boss meetup, he said, right, let's start that again and I'll learn to read. These glasses are real, you know. You wouldn't think so, would you? I'm just wearing them for comedy effect. Right, next question. What do you find the most So the next question. Oh, I can't read. Can't read, can't speak. What's the point? Why are so many people underpants? Right. Next question. Underpants Frank. Why are so many people disfaticide? I can't speak English. Why can't so many... Let's write it. Why are so many people unable to speak? That should be the question. Next question. Underpants Frank. Why are so many people Why can I not say it? Dissatisfied. Dissatisfied. So, what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel once again. You know, I appreciate having you here. Stick around for today's video. It's the answers to the questions. That's right, I posted a video on YouTube and also a little thumbnail picture, whatever you call it, on Instagram and said, give me some questions. Give me some questions, because it's been a bloody while. It's been ages since I've done a question and answers session. In America, they'd say, it's been a minute since you've done... I don't know what that accent was. That wasn't American, was it? Anyway, they say it's been a minute since you've done any of this shit, basically. So, right, let's crack on with it. Obviously, I can't do American accents. Actually, I can't even do any accents. Although this one is brilliant because I'm actually French. You'd never know, would you? I'm not. So let's throw in those titles, and then after that, I'll come back. I've got a bone to pick with you before I get on with the questions. But titles first, bone picking, then answers. Let's go. Right, thank you very much for sticking around. Really appreciate it. Right, so let's address the elephant in the room. No, not this one. The other elephant, which is you guys don't all watch the videos. You answer questions rapidly. You just get in there, ask a question or answer a question or make a statement in a YouTube video without watching the full video. And you get exposed, my friends, you get exposed, because 9 times out of 10, the thing you're asking or the thing you're questioning or the thing you're just writing about is addressed in the video. We know you just can't be bothered to watch it, which is fair enough. There's no problem with that. Statistically, you only watch the first, say, 10%, 15% of a video. That's YouTube statistics. But don't go down in the comment section and make yourself look like a bit of a fool. Because I did address in this video, I said, do not ask questions that are related to the new bike. But you did. You went straight in and thought the question was about the new bike or something to do with the new bike. So I'm going to be ignoring those. I'm not going to be exposing you. You know who you are. Slap on the wrist. Stop exposing yourself. It's not big. It's not clever. Well, especially if you are exposing yourself. I don't mean exposing yourself. I mean just going early. Basically, premature commenting. That's what we're talking about. Premature. Well, yeah. You know what I mean? Nothing's good from a man's point of view if you're a little bit premature. Just putting that out there. So, stop exposing yourself. And if you do expose yourself in the real sense, stop it now. It's weird. It's not big. It's not clever. It might be big. Who knows? But it's just not clever. It's perverse. Stop it. Don't do it. Just stop. So let's start scanning through these. It might take me a little while because I've got to get through the questions that are not the questions. They're the questions that, yeah, anyway, you get it. Right, so let's go to YouTube. Right, and I did put on here as well. So not only did I say it in the video, but I pinned a comment saying, please do not comment on the bike. This is for questions and answers video. I do say in the video, you're just telling me you didn't watch the video. Anyway, let's crack on. And under that, the first one was William Bodie, and he put, good, what star sign are you? Pisces. Nice simple one to start with. Right, so battered sausage. I won't ask how you got your name. I won't ask. I'll just, no, I won't. I just won't ask. And the question is, so what do train drivers want to be when they grow up? Who knows? We never grow up. We're all children. We're still children. If you came to work and listened to us in the canteen, you'd understand we're still childlike. Right, next question is Dave to his friends. What do you find the most frustrating thing about being a biker in terms of how other people, organisations respond to bikers? So one of the most frustrating things I find, I'm being pretty serious here, is when you filter, when people close the gap on purpose. It really, I don't know, it doesn't wind me up as much as it used to, but it annoys me simply because it's that mentality of we can't get somewhere, you can't get somewhere, and it makes no difference to them whether I'm in front of them or behind, apart from up here in the brain. They just obviously having a bad day and don't want me to pass. But that's frustrating. And with organisations, I don't know what you mean by that. I've had no problems with anyone basically treating me different because I'm on a bike. If anything, I've got treated a little bit better. I think you get back what you put in. So if you treat people well, they tend to treat you well back. And if you are respectful, then they tend to be respectful back. It's only that little bit of filtering and the way they treat you on the bike. When I'm on the small bikes, I get more bullying than when I'm on the big bikes. So, but that's just the thing. It's the same in cars. When I have a small car, they bully you. When you have a bigger car, they leave you alone. So horses for courses. I don't really know where else to go with that. It's been pretty okay in my biking career. Right, so moving on to Deep Joy Rides. Big up my friend. I don't know why I did that, but I did. He's a good lad. I like him. Nice guy. According to my brother at your boss meetup, he said to you the red Super Cub is the fastest. Bearing that in mind, you're obviously going to say the blue is the fastest. So my question to you is going to be this. If you were stuck on a desert island with Wilma and Betty from the Flintstones, who would you go with? If you were a fan of Red Dwarf, you'd remember this question there. I'm not a fan of Red Dwarf. I've watched it. It was funny, but I don't remember any of it, basically. But Wilma or Betty from the Flintstones, who would you go with? Bear with me. I'm just going to Google the both of them. Hopefully, nothing pornographic will come up. I say hopefully. I don't really care. Betty or Wilma. But which one's which? I don't know which one's which. Which one's Betty and which one's Wilma? The dark-haired one. Although the redhead. I'm getting a bit frisky over cartoons here. Bear with me. But I would say the brunette. The brunette. But having said that, the redhead looks a bit of a MILF, I've got to say. But I am single now, so who says I can't have both? Donald Hall. Okay, question. Out of all the bikes you own, if you could only keep one bike, which one would you keep? Right, so out of all the bikes I own, if you could only keep one, which would I keep? And at the moment, that is the Super Cub, because I put a private number plate on that, because that is a bike for life. And I'm going to keep that no matter what. It's paid for, it's all mine. And there's no point in getting rid of it. I love the bloody thing. And yeah, that's the one I would say at the moment I'm definitely keeping. But I'm definitely keeping the CRF 250 as well. Obviously the Africa Twin I've just sold or part exchanged and I'm getting something else. The little CB125F, that is disposable. So when that blows up, I shall get something else. But for the moment, I'd say in the lead, Super Cub or CRF 250. Super Cub. CRF 250. Super Cub. CRF 250. Super Cub. Super Cub. Right, so now let's move on to another question from Kevin Rogers UK. If you had a choice of being chased by 1,000 chickens or a massive elephant-sized chicken, which would you choose? I think that's quite easy. One elephant-sized chicken, because I can see it coming, and it's only got one angle. Thousands, they can come from everywhere. But one elephant-sized chicken, I'm out of there. Right, we've got Gavin McTavish. Where are you thinking about going on a tour? Have you done a test ride on an Indian Pursuit? No, I haven't. I've never even heard of it. Where are you thinking of going on tour? Well, I'm thinking of going on tour everywhere, but where am I going? I have no idea this year. I've got a few plans in the back of my head with some other people maybe, but I'm not going to say anything at the moment. I'm just going to say I'm thinking about them. So I've kind of answered your question, or not. Now moving on to motorcycles for tall riders. Lovely guy from America. There's a nice picture of him on my Instagram, my bodyguard as I call him, or am I his bodyguard? Who knows? I look like a kind of small person next to him, but he's got a campaign where he's trying to get manufacturers to kind of do things for taller riders, because everyone has lowering links, lower seats, lower things for bikes, shorter, just smaller handlebars. Everything's catered for small people, but us tall people, and trust me, I think he's 6'8", 6'9". He struggles, so like me, he has to buy massive bikes, even though I've got a Super Cub, a CBF 125, so I can shut up now, can't I? But you know what I mean, I'm not particularly comfortable on those two bikes, let's say. To be comfortable, I need a big bike. But he's written to all the manufacturers in America and asked why they don't do it. So go and show him some love. I will leave a link to his Instagram down below. So big up, my friend, literally big up. When can we see more shots of you on the bikes? I'm asking for a friend. He keeps asking for this, to put pictures of tall people on bikes just so we can send them to manufacturers, but I think it's just a weird fetish he's got. He just wants to see me on a bike. I know you do, you do. I'll send you them privately. I'll slip into your DMs. Hartley rides. Will you be at Wildbad again this year? And what's the weirdest thing you've ever seen or encountered, health wobble aside, as you drive your trains under the capital? Will I be at Wildbad? Yes, I will. I've booked the hotel and I've booked the campsite and I've booked the booked and I've booked everything I need to book. We're booked. Basically, I'm going. And this year, I'm going to be in much better health than I was last year. Trust me. Last year, I suffered a lot. But this year, we're going to have a good time. It's going to be a good one. I get a feeling this year's Wildbad is going to be something special. Right, so let's get on to the other part of the question. What's the weirdest thing you've ever seen or encountered as you drive your trains under the capital? I've seen a few things. Oh, yes, the weirdest thing is, and this is the weirdest announcement I've ever had to make, and I guarantee no other train driver has made this announcement, and I will never, ever make this announcement again. What happened was, I was watching on my monitors, the doors open and a guy fell out of the train with his trousers and his underwear to his knees and landed on the platform, backside up in the air. Now that was weird. But then a guy got off of the train with a wine bottle, and I could see in the monitors and my screens up the front, I've got good cameras, he was holding up the wine bottle, he was looking at the wine bottle and then looking at the guy's backside, looking at the wine bottle, looking at the guy's backside. And I had to make the announcement, would the gentleman with the wine bottle please refrain from shoving it up that guy's backside? I know it seems funny, but it's not the right thing to do. I actually made that announcement and he looked up in the air because he didn't know where the cameras were, and he just held up the wine bottle and just walked off. So I had to call someone to go and collect this poor guy with his booty in the air. So that's probably the weirdest thing, or the weirdest announcement that I've had to make. Right, another question from Michael Powsey. Hi, is there any plans for more Big Little adventures? If not, would you consider organising one for your devoted followers, all on 125 bikes, of course? There are some plans in the hatchings. That's all I'm going to say. Nothing in stone. We're just talking. We're talking. But there are some plans-ish. Well, not really plans. There's some discussions. Would I organise one for my followers on 125 bikes? Probably not. I'm not one for organisation and taking responsibility for people on bikes, especially on 125s, because with just 3 of us, it was manic. So a lot of us, no, I'm not taking that responsibility. Right, next question. Trevor Neville. How are you doing post-stroke? Are you suffering any side effects or problems at all from it? I'm 3.5 years from my stroke and still have the odd rough day with fatigue and sore heads. More annoying when I'm on a bike. I only get about 40-50 miles and the wee finger, the one next to my right hand, get really sore. But if that's all the problems I have, think I'll survive. Well, sorry to hear you still have problems. I get a little bit of fatigue every now and again, but that's about it. It's only when I push myself really a lot. But apart from that, I think I'm pretty much tip-top. I'm probably healthier now than I was pre-stroke. Well, obviously, because I had the stroke. But I'm doing all right at the moment. I'm on top of it. It mentally destroyed me. That and everything else. I've addressed it a little bit. But that and everything else kind of mentally destroyed me rather than physically. So now I'm on top of that. The rest of it's easy. I've still got to take meds for the rest of my life. But as you say, if that's all the problems I have, I think I'll survive. Well, fingers crossed I'll survive. If I don't, you're all invited to the funeral. Right, next. When is the EOS? I'm ready to go to one now. That's from Purple Monkey 1974. It'll be at the end of the season, if I do one. I did the boss, beginning of the season, end of the season, I don't know, usually October-ish. Right, Northeast Garage Monkey. Newish subscriber here. Welcome aboard. What started your YouTube channel? Where are you in the UK? And also tell us a little bit about you. Keep up the vids. Thank you very much for coming aboard. Started my YouTube channel. I got a camera after being knocked off my motorcycle. So I got it just for safety and then saw YouTube videos and then just started making little clips and then started talking rubbish. And this is where we are now. Where are you in the UK? I'm West Sussex. Also tell us a little bit about you. I don't know. What do you want to know? I'm 6'2", wide in the shoulders, long in the legs. You get it in my videos. I don't know. I drive trains and make YouTube videos. Moving on, Hippodromes. Welcome, Hippodromes. If you don't know who Hippodromes is, here's the guy I go riding. A lot of my off-road videos are with Hippodromes. So it's got a lovely Aprilia Touareg at the moment. Would you shave your beard? Yes, I would. If I was forced to. I look like a potato when I shave my beard. What is your favourite tattoo? That one. I take it you mean of mine. I've only really got one. Well, that's a combination of this one here and all these, but the whole thing is my favourite. And all of it means something to me. It's all personal. All the little bits mean personal stuff to me. And I got it done after I had a big motorcycle smash up where I basically tore my collarbone out, punctured my lungs, split all my ribs, had a little bit of death, came back, that sort of thing, you know, just run-of-the-mill stuff. And I thought I'd get a big tattoo just to not boost myself, but something that means something to me so I can look at it every day and be grateful. I did have this kind of tribal one already, and the reason I had that is because this part of my arm here, you can't see it now, is burnt. And I was bullied at school about the burns, so I was called Freddy Krueger. So I wanted something to distract people away from the burns on my arms up there. And then I got into tattoos, and I really like them now. And it was very, very painful. Tattooing on a burn is very painful. Just putting it out there. Right, what other part of the question is there? Why should everyone who has a big bike go grab themselves a little bike? Just watch The Big Little Adventure, and you'll know why you need a little bike in your life. Dondal 2, do you think the grass is always greener on the other side? No, my grass is much greener. You should see my neighbours. It's concrete. I've got grass, so my grass is greener. I know what you mean, metaphorically, but my grass is still greener. Always will be. I suppose that's, if you look at, I'm going to get deep now, I don't really want to get deep. Jealousy, I think that's the thing that saying means. Are you jealous of other people? Do you think it's always, yeah. But I don't get jealous. It's the one thing about me I've never had, and I'm so glad I don't get it. Even if the worst people I know get something that I want, I don't feel jealous towards them. Good luck to them. You're I'm joking. Christian Rasmussen, I hope I said that correctly. If I didn't, I do apologise. So you're recently divorced, if I understood correctly. Your job means you're working alone. Your commute on bikes is a single affair, and all this YouTube stuff is done by yourself. I guess, how do you meet women? That's a secret. I'm not going to tell you my secrets. How the bloody hell do you meet women these days? I mean, you've obviously got the dating apps. That's not spanking, by the way. That's just me swiping. That's not like I'm spanking a tiny little lady. I'm not. It was just swiping. Ignore me. You just meet women the normal way. You just talk to them. I don't know how to address that. I don't know. What works for me might not work for you. What works for you might not work for me. I don't know. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Don't worry about me. I'm doing okay. Mark Monday. The question is, red or brown sauce on a sausage butty? Depends. It depends. Are we talking in a roll? If it's in a roll and in the morning, brown. If it's in the evening in a sandwich, red. Don't argue the point. Just do it. Right, Toby Rowland, you are having a dinner party, 10 guests. Who do you invite and why? They can be real or fictional, alive or dead. 10. 10 people. I'm not going to invite 10 people because that's just too many people to cook for. Let's just name a few. I'd like to have Obama at my dinner party. I really would. He seems like an interesting guy. Let's go motorcycle wise. I'd like to have Valentino Rossi. Let's just do different genres. Music. Amy Winehouse. I'd like to have Amy Winehouse. Right, let's go film stars as well. Let's go film stars. I'd like to have, let's even it up a bit. Let's go either Salma Hayek or Eva Mendes. That'd be, how many is that? I don't even know. We're up to about 4 or 5. So let's go with them. Interesting people. I would like to have the usuals, kind of someone like Albert Einstein. I say the usuals, they're probably not usual for everyone, but the interesting people, Darwin, Albert Einstein, who knows? I don't know. Just interesting people. It's like, do I want a fun dinner party or do I want an interesting dinner party? That's the difference. If you want a fun dinner party, you just invite crazy people. So, but anyway, I don't know. Basically, I don't know. Anyone that turns up's welcome. You can all come along, I'll tell you what. All come along to my dinner party. All of you, I'll invite. But I'm not telling you where I live and I'm not cooking, so. Right, so that's all the YouTube questions done. We're going to move to Instagram. My phone's right here. There's not a lot on here. Another maybe 10 questions. I quickly go through them, or go through them as quickly as I can. I try not to get too deep. Hopefully they're not deep questions. And yeah, then we'll wrap this up. So let's kick it off with Unit 29Y, who's a nice guy, one of the nicest guys I've ever met. I met him at 2 SCMNs, which is a Southern California motor vlogger meetup. God, it's easy to say, isn't it? And I'm sober as well. I haven't even had a drink and I can't say it. Over in Palm Springs in California. Really, and when I say nice guy, I really mean it. And his question is, when are you coming to Compton, California, or somewhere close? I'd love to get over there for 2023. Come visit you guys. I absolutely love California. I love America and all the states I went to, all the people I met over the 3 years I went over there and did my tours and my motorcycle rides and my road trips. I absolutely loved it. I never met a bad person. Well, one, but we won't talk about him. And but this guy, Unit 29, lovely guy, and he's coming straight out of Compton. Whatever you hear about Compton, it's maybe true, but not true in the sense that there's no nice people. There's some very nice people in Compton. Right, moving on to the next question. 79, Daniel O'Brien, 79. Watched your USA tour series. It was brilliant. Any plans for a tour now? Normality is back. I think I kind of just addressed that in the last one. Yes, I want to get back to the States. I want to do a tour of the States. Maybe 2023, 2024, I'm not sure. It takes a lot of planning and takes a hell of a lot of money. Unless there's a company out there that wants to kind of lend me a bike and pay for my flights, that'd be lovely. Doesn't happen, and it's not going to happen, but you never know. You might as well try. You've got to be in it to win it. Right, next question on Instagram. Chunky Bearded Biker. What made you decide to become a motor vlogger? I don't really know. I had the camera. I talk shit. There you go. Makes sense, doesn't it, really? So that's why. I didn't really decide. I just thought, oh, I'll give it a go, something to do, keep me entertained, and luckily, it keeps other people entertained as well. Or so I've been told by the nice ones. I've been told a lot of other stuff by the not so nice ones, but it's only the nice ones that I come back for. Mine and Shell, hey up fella, I'm guessing you're from up north. Hope you're well. How did you turn your life around with your mental health? For me, it was getting sober, 19 months. Top man, well done. Yeah. I'm proud of you, mate. I'm proud of you. I don't know you, but I'm proud of you. All the best, fella, and keep up the fantastic work. How did I turn my life around? A lot of hard work, a lot of soul searching, sitting down, just basically analysing everything, and therapy. I did some therapy and basically soul searching. I soul searched my backside off until I got to where I am now. It's hard work, it's not easy, it's one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, but one of the most rewarding. But I can't really say in a short video how I went about it, but I did, and I'm glad I did. Simon Bracket 80, are you going to the Wild Bag Weekender? It was great to meet you last year. I mean, I can't remember a lot of last year. I was quite drunk on one of the nights, and it's all Richie's fault. But yes, I am going to the Wild Bag Weekender this year. A British biker and gym rat. You can only have one bike and 13 grand is your budget. The bike needs to be enjoyable, do the commute, reliable, reasonable overall costs and comfort. Not too many stipulations here. Not corrode and make you turn around to look once you walk away. So the question is, what's your favourite drink? At the moment, boringly, water. I haven't touched an alcoholic drink since Christmas. I just decided not to drink at home, and I haven't been out where I've had a drink basically. Everywhere I've been, I've either ridden or driven. So I'm just too tight to pay for a cab basically. That's what I'm saying. It's not that I've given up drink. I just haven't had a drink since Christmas. So my favourite drink at the moment, dead boring, is, oh dear, I hate to say it, water. I fancy as my first drink for the year a mojito. I'm craving a mojito, but I haven't found the facility to do me a mojito and the person to drink it with, because it all has to be kind of, yeah, one. It all has to be one. I don't know what that means, but it has to be that. Zero Ica, I hope I said that correct. What bike do you regret selling? Probably most of them. The only one I don't regret selling is the SV650, but all the rest, and there's been a lot, I do. Definitely regret selling. I wish I could keep them all, but I can't. Right, Matrix Blade Manning. What country and area do you do your green laning in, because they look like good lanes in your videos? Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. I mainly ride around Sussex, Surrey, and I think we go Hampshire every now and again. But those three counties, Surrey, Sussex and Hampshire. Next question, the Jolly Rider. What's your favourite region of the UK to ride in and why? What I've learned over the past few years is anywhere up north or Wales. Wales was fantastic. When we went to Wales on the Big Little Adventure, I absolutely loved it over there. I've got to get back over to Wales. The roads are stunning. And basically up north, the roads are stunning. If you come to the south of England, I love it because I'm a South Londoner. So I love the south of England. It's my home and I'll probably always live down here. But it's too busy. So favourite region to ride, anywhere up north. Right, next question, RB2454. What's happening this summer, Mr. Fish? Any adventures further away from the UK? Hopefully this summer there's going to be some sun. That's the number one thing. The number one thing. We want some sunshine this year, please. Any adventures further away from the UK? Possibly. I want to, so possibly. Do you get where I'm going here? It's a possibility. I haven't got anything planned, but it's a possibility. Underpants Frank, why are so many people dissatisfied with their lives? I don't know, I can't answer for them. There's a lot of negativity in the world, and I think it's just, it gets to you, and you just kind of, you embrace the negativity rather than the positivity, because there's so much of it about. But in reality, the world's quite a positive place. But I can't really answer that question because I don't know, I can only speak for myself. And the last question on there, again, is by Underpants Frank, and it says, have you ever used a bidet? Yes, I have. And I've used it for what it's supposed to be used for as well. Most of the time just to wash my feet in, but yes, I've used it for the fountain of youth. I don't know what that means, but we're going to end the video there anyway, on me washing my backside in a small bath. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm glad that so many of you asked questions. There would have been more, but the video would have been longer or in 2 parts, so it's not the end of the world. Some of you, or most of you, probably would have switched off by now anyway, especially those of you that answered the wrong questions in the video in the first place. So, I shall leave you with that. Thank you very much for watching. Do appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, to do all those things that you need to do. Also, hit the notification bell so you guys can get the drop on these videos. I shall see you on the next one. You know I love you all. Stay safe, fish.
Get all your bags, get out my house. I don't want your stuff around. I never did you wrong, but you did me wrong. So go ahead, get gone. get all your bags, get out my house. I don't want your stuff around. I never did you wrong, but you did me wrong, so go ahead and get